I help?
No, you're okay, thank you.
You have to have permission to take photographs or film.
I have permission, thank you.
Yeah, who do you have permission from?
Pardon?
Who do you have permission from?
The person I need to get permission from.
Okay. Can you tell me their details?
Sure. The starts with Article 10, finishes with the Human Rights Act.
So the officer asks for permission, and this guy hits him with Article 10 of the Human Rights Act. That's not just confidence. That's straight up legal energy. Instead of backing down, he basically says, "The law gave me permission." And right there, you can feel this turning into a full-on rights versus authority showdown.
On a publicly accessible area.
No, we've seen all the signs that say...
Yeah, beyond this point. And do you know what the other sign says? It's publicly accessible up to the reception, so this is actually part of the publicly accessible area. So if you want to follow your own signs, we'll follow your signs, and that's fine. And I'll stand here and carry on doing what I'm doing. Who are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Don't want to tell you.
Hey, exactly, there you go. You're going to try and give me orders, you don't even want to identify who you are.
Come with me. It's
No.
a fact. Because you don't want to give me details, I think you possibly pose a terrorist risk.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
If I seize that, then...
You're going to seize this?
Yeah. And then
Why?
Now, it gets awkward. The officer asks who he is, but when it's flipped back, suddenly, he doesn't want to identify himself. And yeah, that's a problem. Giving orders without even saying who you are? That's exactly how things escalate fast, and you can feel the tension building instantly.
You might be doing something like terrorist.
So, do you know the memo by the National Police Chiefs Council?
So what I'll do, if I take that, and then I'll review that, and then if there's anything...
How about I show you the footage now? Okay. I've been here 5 minutes, alright? So I don't want you to see this, my only phone. Freedom of expression, freedom of the press.
So then I think...
Do you know what that means?
What's that guy doing?
Do you know the oath that you took to uphold your oath?
So I think, what's that guy doing? That's a bit odd.
So you're incriminating my right to silence and my right to privacy is what you're saying?
I'm making sure that you're up to no good.
You make sure that I'm up to no good?
Yeah.
You mean you make sure that I'm not up to no good?
Yeah.
Or you're trying to find something? You're trying to make sure that I'm up to no good, so you're trying to find anything that you can because I didn't want to answer your questions.
No. I'm making sure that you're here, so you don't not posing a threat to anyone. Okay. So you hang on, stop.
Okay.
Right? So you're right. Those signs there says no access beyond the public.
At this point, am I being detained?
Hey?
Am I detained at the moment?
No.
Okay, so I'm not detained. All right. Then.
Not at the minute.
So you still haven't identified yourself. Seeing as you said you threatened to seize.
Hang on.
No, identify yourself because you threatened to seize my phone. So let's go through the identification. Prove that you have the power to do so.
Okay.
Andy McDonald, 2249. Is that constable? Or is that sergeant?
Constable.
Constable.
So
I want to know so I know how to make a complaint. And you are?
I'm Detective Constable Dodds.
You're Detective Constable Dodds.
I'm here with my colleague.
Perfect.
Listen, so because we've had...
Have you got your warrant card with you?
Yeah, thank
please,
you
in your plain clothes. Can I see it, please?
We're talking to you right
Yes, and if you're talking to me in your capacity, then you need to show me your warrant card. Did you guys learn nothing after Wayne Couzens? Nothing at all?
Just calm
No, because he's just threatened to seize my phone and accused me of being a terrorist.
No, I know, you put it on YouTube and it shows you access routes and all that lot. Take it to the court and they might decide...
You really think that would go to the courts? Mate, you would find yourself in civil litigation before you could say shit.
So we'd have a look at that. And if there's nothing on there, then happy days.
Yeah, you'll be the one up in court on civil litigation if you take my phone.
So happy days will get returned to you.
Go for it.
But if not, then you'd be trespassing, you'd be ejected from the site for trespass.
Right.
But if you're staying in the public areas, have a good
you need to
afternoon.
jog on, you need to go home.
Okay,
No,
well,
I think you haven't even shown your warrant card, so you can keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. You're not even going to identify yourself.
so you can... That's all,
Well, I don't know because you won't identify.
You can stay in the public
You're just another
area.
Wayne Couzens, aren't you?
You have a nice day in the...
So yeah, try not to murder anyone, try not to rape anyone, try not to take pictures of anybody in your care.
Enjoy yourself.
Try not to strip search any 14-year-old girls, is what you police like to do. Especially ones like you who refuse to identify.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You won't even show your warrant card.
Taking pictures.
It's alright, you're gonna get an IOPC complaint.
Okay, no problem.
That's fine. Trying to abuse Terrorism Act. Considering there's a memo from the Chiefs Council.
DC2249 McDonald.
Yeah, I've got it all on camera, that's fine.
And we could show them the footage. That's cool.
Yeah, that's fine, I will show them footage. You're gonna abuse your powers despite the memo.
You got any ID?
Pardon?
You got any ID?
Have you got any ID?
Yeah.
Thank you. It's very
Can I
kind of
see
you.
yours then?
Pardon?
Have you got any ID to show me?
Well, you first.
Are you an officer?
Pardon?
You a police officer?
Well, I'm not answering any questions until you tell me who you are. So,
Head of
Stephen Smith, 6995, lovely. What's that? PC, DS, DC? Your rank?
Senior manager, MB3.
Senior. Was that a constructive use of your time, vegan bacon? So was that a constructive use of your time, vegan bacon?
I can't what you're saying.
Said, was that a constructive use of your time, vegan bacon?
What's vegan being?
You, fake cop, fake
not a
pig,
fake cop.
fake pig. You are. Come up and demand ID
You're
from.
recording this.
Yeah, come up and demand ID from people like you have some sort of authority. Not even the police have that authority, and yet you
No,
think
no.
you can do that. Can you stand up and be professional if you're going to address me as a police officer? And was I talking to you? I was talking to
I don't
him.
have to stand up. I can sit down. That's fine.
Well, then I'm just going to put my headphones back in and ignore you again.
We can have a conversation.
Right, there we go.
Stand up.
Thank
we can
you.
have a conversation. Look,
Right, if you're going to
let me
act
give
as a
you
police officer, act professional.
Let me give you a scenario, right? So let's say you go into Tesco's, which you would agree is publicly accessible for people to go shopping. Yeah. For that purpose, would you agree in that?
Yeah.
And you did something in Tesco's just for.
I can walk into Tesco to browse. I don't have to walk in there to shop.
Yeah.
I can walk in here to browse.
But let's say you did something in there that's causing people to feel uncomfortable and causing.
If there was if I would
agree is whatever that is that you're causing people to feel uncomfortable, even if it was completely lawful, I would say that they've got the right to ask you to leave, and that's what we're doing. You can go onto the sort of out of the public.
So what if I stand there?
I think that would be fine. Yeah.
So what's the difference? So what's the difference between standing here and recording and they're recording?
Because
pardon? Is it illegal to raise my voice?
No, but it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Well, it's unnecessary for you to come and accost me, to be honest.
Well,
you've just said I can stand there and record, but I can't sit here and record.
This is private
But there's
property.
no difference. There's no difference in the action, is there? It's still going to make them uncomfortable. So what's the difference?
I can't do anything about it. All I can do is ask you to leave the public.
Yeah, and that's where you can. Yeah, you can ask me, and I'll politely decline.
My job is to try, over and above like protecting the public and enforcing the law, is to try and if somebody's made to feel uncomfortable, is to try and address that and sort it out.
Right.
So that's what I've tried to do in this situation.
Okay.
If you just, we're going to go away now, and I've said I'd like to leave our property.
Right.
And I've given you a reasonable time of 10 minutes to do that. So we're going to leave now.
Okay. And what if I don't? What if I'm still here in 10 minutes?
Well, it's a civil matter, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll have to make a decision about how we want to deal with that.
And how would you? And what would you do?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet.
Hello, sir.
All right.
But we've asked one of our uniformed colleagues to come and speak to you, just to see if you engage differently with somebody's more identified.
And here's where things go from tense to wild. The officer actually brings up terrorism powers over a guy filming in public. That's a huge escalation. At this point, it feels less like law enforcement and more like pressure tactics, and even the cameraman sounds shocked by how far this just jumped.
137 and advised him
PC
that
137.
we have asked you to leave the curtilage of what we deem to be the private property, and we're giving you reasonable time in which to do that.
Okay.
And I'll just reiterate that the reason why we've asked you to leave is because we've had complaints that your behaviour is making people feel uncomfortable.
Well,
Notice I've rephrased it there that I'm not using the word distress, which you took a perception to, and I wouldn't. That's not what's been reported. It's made people feel uncomfortable.
Okay. So now your job is for 3 constables to stand around and try and try to enforce people's discomfort and feelings over the law.
I've explained. I'm going to go now.
You're going to go.
If you feel uncomfortable about 3 people being here, that's fine. And
Well, it doesn't matter if there are 10 people here, to be honest.
We're trying a different approach to see whether that's
What's the PC
agreeable with you.
137. PC 137. I'll suggest just get in your car and drive away. You're not going to get any more response out of me than they are.
That's absolutely fine.
The uniform does not intimidate me any more than your plain clothes does. Oh, is it not? No. That's funny.
People feel more comfortable.
Yeah. Funny that, because the psychology behind it says different. If you actually look at Ash's studies from the 70s, his studies on compliance and uniform actually state the opposite.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm actually a psychologist. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like you said, you sort of intimated that you took exception to there being three police officers here. So I'm going to leave because
go for it. You do what you want to do.
More to say to you, but yeah, we'll leave you in colleagues' capable hands. All right.
I love that. Detective sergeant's got to get a PC to handle his dirty work.
Look, I just
love
want
it.
to make you as comfortable as possible, so I'll introduce myself as PC 137. I've had no idea as to what this incident is about. What's going on here?
Well, I'm sure they've just informed you of that over at the car when you were stood there talking for 10 minutes.
Well, I've got a rough idea, but I'd like to hear it from you. As I say, I'm completely unbiased.
I'm here minding my own business and I come and get accosted by 2 constables.
Okay. Any reason police station compared to anywhere else?
Because we pay for it and I can.
Okay, that's fair enough. It is a public property, isn't it?
Thank you very much. If only they knew that.
What I'll say is that obviously the inquiry office isn't open, so
Yeah, I know, I already tried to go in there. Yeah.
have a chat. They do close at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I just want to make you aware that I'm not suggesting that you will at all, but certainly we have had cars damaged here in the past, and that's why when we see somebody sat here with a camera, just sometimes people don't have as good...
Stop everybody with a camera in any place in the country then, just because they got a camera, because cars get damaged all over the country, not just here.
Particularly because we work in a role where a lot of people don't necessarily...
I wouldn't bring your vehicle to work then if you're that worried about it.
But obviously we've got to get here somehow.
Yeah, you can cycle it. You can get public transport. You can get public, if you don't live in Huntingdon, you can get public transport to Huntingdon and then walk or cycle it. There are options. You know, if you're that uncomfortable and that concerned about your vehicles at your place of work because of the role that you do, and the mitigating factor is the fact that you know the risks of the role that you take when you sign up for the job. That onus is on you.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Simple as that.
Do you have any further plans this evening? Is that something you want?
Why, you want to take me for dinner?
No, not at all.
No?
I'm just generally trying.
I won't eat you out of house and home.
Oh really?
No. Just the Mackies will do me.
No worries. Are you planning on being here long at all?
As long as it takes.
As long as it takes to what though? What is your intention?
Finish my objectives.
What is your objectives out of interest?
Private.
They might be private. I'm interested
Yeah.
because you've definitely got obviously my interest right now. So I just want to know what your objectives are.
Fair enough. And you're allowed to have those interests.
Have you got friends coming to join with you with your objectives, or?
Sorry, I've seen a bug go down my top. Oh. Sorry.
You got any friends coming down to join you? Or anything
No,
like
I don't have any friends. Billy no mates me.
Oh,
I know, it's sad, isn't it? You want to be my mate?
I don't know. Yeah.
No.
Didn't
think so.
If I'm honest,
If I outside of work sat outside, say, your home address on the public highway and sat with a camera facing your address, would you feel comfortable?
This is actually a smart move. He slows everything down and asks the key question, am I being detained? When the answer is no, he flips it back and demands identification. Suddenly, the whole situation shifts. The authority starts getting questioned instead of blindly followed.
So much time here, it's practically is our home.
Yeah, but that's the case for everybody who works. You know, nobody really works 37.5 hours a week and affords to live these days. You know, people tend to do 45 to 50-hour weeks, and they spend most of their time at work. So that is the case for the majority of the population in this country. So you're not alone in that. I do sympathise, but yeah, you're not alone in that. But again, this isn't a place of residence.
Would you not
it is publicly funded. No, I'm quite comfortable here.
we are going to obviously conclude this conversation. We're going to get on our way.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you should have done that a good 25 minutes ago, but all
The
right.
only thing I will ask from me is I understand that this camera is facing the police station. I understand I can't make you turn it another way. You obviously know your law, and that's brilliant because a lot of people don't, and you know your rights. But what I would just ask, as a request from me to you, is just that you're not filming any number plates in specific vehicles. And as I say, that's only because of the concerns which I've raised, and it's a request, it's not me telling you.
Yeah, the only one that I've got that will probably make the footage is the one that came and reported to you, just because I want her number plate to be able to make her a complaint. You'll see she didn't identify, so...
You can make that complaint and share that with the complaints authority in relation to, obviously, the number plate, but publicly broadcasting it, is that really fair on her right to her private life as well? The only reason I ask this, because officers and non-officers, civilians, etc., are being traced by their cars, by their names, etc., through social media, everywhere else, and then there's issues outside their addresses. I'm not saying that's your intent, but people might get, obviously, on board and then get a bit aggy over it and actually challenge those officers outside their houses.
Have you ever seen the police interceptor programs and all those sorts of things? Number plates are all over them.
Yeah, that's
all over.
Blurred, actually.
Only the ones that are the direct subject of the stop. Right. All the other ones in passing, around the police stations, around the roads, they're all visible. I've looked at it.
Okay.
Is that including their private vehicles they drive?
Yeah. You're recording me now, I should imagine.
Indeed, and I've informed you of that.
Only just now.
At the start, I said
he said he switched it on. He said he switched it on.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember that. I will check back on that. And if you haven't, and only because you said that you did, but if you haven't, I am going to submit a formal complaint. Usually, I'll just tell you and try to get you to know.
And as I say, my collar's 137 if you wish to.
But yeah, I don't remember you saying that. But fair enough if you did. If you did, then fair enough. But,
out of interest, we're going to go anyway. Yeah. But out of interest, who are you filming for, and what? Is it Facebook or social media?
For myself.
I assume you're live streaming.
No.
I'd just like to watch it back, that's all.
No, I'm not live streaming. No.
You'll find it. Where's it been posted then?
You'll find it.
I don't.
You'll find it. It's not going to be difficult to find. I don't name it some bizarre thing.
Cambridgeshire Police Headquarters, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it'll have something like that in the title, or I usually tag the location. It will come up.
All I ask is, can you stay away from out of the car parks, please?
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay. And the reason saying, stand out the car parks, as I did say, we have had damage, of course, to our vehicles, etc.
But you got me on body camera. You've had a long conversation with me. If any damage happens, I'll be your first suspect.
But
So
you start wandering around the car park. So I noticed obviously you've got a bag on your back as well. You may end up being subject of a search.
Search for what? What would you be looking for?
I'm going to equipped, obviously cause damage.
Okay.
And boom, things completely spiral. What started as a legal debate turns into straight-up chaos. Accusations, insults, and zero professionalism left in the room. At this point, nobody's really winning. It's just a full meltdown caught on camera.